Hi everybody, Raena here for your third installment of Dancing in a Small Space. I'm really looking forward to today because I have the wonderful accompaniment of Peter Hendrickson, who is going to be editing on top of this video his music to each of the music exercises that I create. So for the purpose of today, I will be dancing with a metronome so that I keep my tempo accurate. And I've also turned the angle of the camera to landscape mode here so that maybe you'll see a little bit more width in the space. And if I get my head or my feet cut off there, I might have to run up and adjust the angle, but we'll just give this a go. So let's begin. We're starting today with a foot exercise to warm up the feet. We'll be in first position. And as I have been doing in the previous installments, I will mark my left side so that you will always begin on your right. So here you go, lifting your right heel, finding your forced arch, and then picking up the foot and transferring forward, pressing a little of your weight onto it, bring it back and replace. And then you go left heel, transfer forward, back, and return. And then you go to the side and you put as much weight on that foot as you feel comfortable. I'm thinking of this, like I feel this as quite a stretch for the arch of my foot and across the tops of my toes. And then you go to the back and you come back in. The second time around, we will brush the leg out, the right leg out to a little tendu, release the metatarsal, and then push, bring it back in. So you go left, release, right, release, left, release. You will get to do this 4 times to the back just because of the way that I'm counting this. So you go right, left, coming back in. The third time you go around, you will brush out, first of all, arms will be extended up overhead, so it just gives you a little lift through your waist and maybe allows you to feel as though you have more space for your legs underneath you. Brushing the right leg, now you'll bend the knee, you'll land on that metatarsal, you'll push and then return. You work your way around again from right to the front, left to the front, right to the side, left to the side, and then you go to the back, which is a little trickier for balance. So just gauging that as your body needs. And then the fourth time around, similar to what we just did, except when you extend the leg out, you'll plant the whole foot. You'll do 2 little pushes and you close. And you're welcome to leave the arms out, but if you'd like to add a swing with the arms, you could brush, swing the arms, close, and then you go to the side and the other side. And then you take it back. A little harder to point the foot here, but we can give it a try. And then we close in first. And then of course with the wonderful magical power of video, you can do that again if you'd like to go back. Let's get the tempo. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right foot. We did it! Okay. So moving right along, we'll move into a swing and and a twist. I realize my head is not getting in there. I'm going to do a tiny adjustment. Hopefully you'll see me here a little bit better. Okay, so we'll go into this exercise now that I think is a little bit more full body, moving through the whole body, but particularly through the thighs and into the spine. Find yourself in a fairly wide parallel position with the knees nice and buoyant, so they have a little bit of bounce there. We'll start with a little spiral or a twist. You're going to your right. So you spiral to your right, left, right, left. Then you think of throwing over the top. So you take your left arm up over the top. So it's a side bend, side bend, side bend. You've got your left arm here ready to go. It will reach long and low on the diagonal, long and low, and then up high on the diagonal, up high on the diagonal. We'll collect back in center. We'll roll down through the spine, leading with the crown of the head. Soften the knees. Make your way all the way down. Now think about lifting up so the crown of the head reaches up first and then the spine follows. Lifting, peeling up the chest, and then we'll reverse that, leading from the chest. Let the knees bend, hinge deep at the hips. All the way down, let your head hang, and then roll up through the spine. And coming up to stand, you have a whole 8 counts to go all the way down and up, and then down and up again, 8 counts. We'll begin that on, for you, the left side. Spiraling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You throw over the top. 4 of those. Then you take it down low, so your right arm is ready to go down low and up high. And then we have 8 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we reverse that. So think you maintain this high lift through the spine, hinging at the hips, going all the way down and rolling all the way up. And if you'd like, of course, you'd repeat that again. Okay, let's get the tempo going. Find that wide second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It got your heart rate going a little bit there. Mine is beating. I'm feeling much warmer than before. So again, please feel free to repeat that. However, if you are wanting to move along, we move into this combination that is more for a plie. So for the knees, the thighs, but I also feel like it really works into the shoulder girdle and the shoulder joints. So we start here in turned out first position. And again, for you, you're beginning on your right side, and I think of you always going toward the right foot in each measure. So that's sort of how I organize right and left side here. So if you do turn toward your right foot, turning in the left leg, reach the left arm up overhead, you take this bow. It's like a little turned in lunge with an upper body deep curve. We pick ourselves up. Replace in first, and we'll do a little demi with a little arm swing, and you repeat that. And down into your lunge. This time when you come up, the left arm swings, the right arm swings. We pick them up, so arms are in 5th position. I realize my hands are cut out of this frame, but I think that will be okay. Then we'll take a little demi-plie for 1, 2, 3, 4. You can do a second demi-plie. If you're ready for a grand plie, then you take it all the way down and all the way up. Moving into second position, again, you turn towards your right foot, turning the left leg. So you just the same turned in lunge with the upper body curve. But when you pick yourself up this time, you'll transfer into second position and take a nice juicy plie there with your arms circling. And you repeat that twice. 5, 6, 7, 8. Then from here, we'll take a grand plie, but we'll add the upper body curving all the way around. We begin to the front. Now you are on the right side, so you take your head toward your right, allowing the upper body to lift. Take it all the way over to your left, down underneath. So that would have been a complete 8. And then you bring yourself back up, transferring to your right foot again, but taking the left leg behind you. And I'm thinking of you standing in quite an exaggerated fourth position. So in profile, it looks like that. It's quite generous in terms of the space between both of your feet. So you have 4 counts to do a big scoop. So I'm taking a grand plie, but I'm also, my heels stay down, everyone. I'm scooping my arms up. I transfer ahead. Say, so your left foot is in front now. And I do that scoop. And this time I transfer the foot behind again, except I'm tucking my toes. So my toes are not hooked, they're tucked on the top of my foot. So I can slowly lower myself down. That's a little leg strength there as I transfer into the floor, ideally gracefully. I'm on my back forearm for you. That's your left forearm. We'll take a little fan with the legs. So you're going to go right leg, left leg. So you've switched the legs. You now have your left foot in front. And then if you want to continue working the strength of your legs, and obviously working your plie, then you shift forward, bring yourself up to stand without using your arms, and then just scoot back to the center of your space so that you can do that on your left side. Turning towards your left foot, arm up overhead, you pick it up, your little demi. Again, here we go. And this one, when we pick it up, we just go whoosh, whoosh with the arms. We'll take our demi plie. You can do 2 of those, or you can add your grand plie if you are ready for it. Same thing with this turn in lunge, but this time we transfer to second position. The arms keep this circling action, and we go again, and the arms circle. We do our grand plie, but this time your head will go down through the front all the way around to your left and back. We take the right foot behind. We do our big scoop and our exaggerated fourth position, our big scoop again. And this time you tuck your right foot behind you, gently bring yourself down. It's your right forearm you're leaning on back here. You can close that top knee for a moment as it brings you into your whoosh, your windmill, or your double fan with your legs. Again, you transfer forward. If you'd like, try not to use your hands. Adjust back to center. And you're ready to go, and repeat this if you'd like. Let's get our tempo. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, that should make your legs feel quite warm and quite worked. So again, please feel free to repeat that. Or if you're ready to move on, this next combination is a bigger one for the legs. And I'm thinking of it as a kick or a brush. And you can take your legs to the height that feel best for you. The space that I'm in here, I have a little bit more room this way, ahead of me and behind me. I have less kind of space from side to side. So again, please adapt this as you need. I'm starting in what looks like the center of my space. For you, you begin on your right side, which means your right leg is going to be kicking front, but you prepare by taking a step with your left foot. So the left foot steps forward and you brush the right leg, and then you take 2 steps back or a step and a half to return to first. And then we go to the other side. Step the right foot, brush, behind, replace. Because again, I don't have as much room to my side, I'm going to take a tiny cross with, this would be your left foot, so that your right leg can brush to the side, and then I replace. Take a tiny cross step, this is where I have less room, reach that leg where you can, and then you bring it behind. Tiny step back with your left foot if you have the room to brush your right, and then reset, you can take a bigger step there. Tiny step right, brush left, and then reset. This coda at the end is a little stretch. So for you, it's your right leg, sort of your leader leg, I'm thinking about on this side. We'll brush and circle to a big exaggerated diagonal lunge. Arms will reach up overhead. It's almost like you're gathering up your space. I am straightening my front knee. That's your left knee. And then gather and reach I kind of go down around the corner and I swoop. That'll be your left hand underneath your left knee if you have that range. For me, that just allows for a deeper stretch in my hip, which I really like. Adjust your arms if this doesn't feel right for you. And then use your hands, you'll gather that hand in and transfer so that you can sit down on, for you, your right hip. We hold the lunge for 8 counts. We hold this for 8 counts. Now you tuck in your back leg, again, or your bottom leg, that's your right leg for you. Stack or gently place the left knee on top and take a little forward fold. Please notice if this is not working out for your knees, your bottom right leg could be straight out. And you could take a little bow there. 8 counts. We release it by rolling across the hips. We come up to stand, and then again, we need just to replace ourselves back in center so that we can lead with the opposite leg. For you, that's you leading with your left leg. Tiny step with the right, and you're ready to brush left, and then you continue on. If you need to go over that, please go back in the video, watch it again. I'm not going to mark the left side. We're just going to do it. We'll do right and left, and I'll get the tempo set up for you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. again, we did it. It should feel quite full-bodied. I realize I'm talking and doing this, but I'm sweating, so I hope you have been sweating. And thank you for joining me, everyone. Let's keep dancing, and I'll join you again for the 4th installment coming up next week.